Oh, hi. You just caught me reading my dictionary. You know, this one seems a little out of date. Frutescent, having a shrub-like appearance. Charabanc, an old French bus. And what's this? Vitamin G? You mean riboflavin, guys? Come on. You know, words sometimes fall out of use in our vernacular. Like Quibi, a product, much like the word itself, that was barely ever used at all. And in an age when a term like robotaxi becomes far more common in our modern world than the term for antiquated French wagon, it's time to update the old book of words. Actually, there's a word for a book of words: dictionary. Indeed, frutescent, charabanc, and vitamin G are among the terms that have been removed from print compendiums like the Oxford English Dictionary and Merriam-Webster Dictionary in years past. But just as the word taketh away, the word giveth. You're looking at a social video from dictionary.com promoting its recent new words drop. On Wednesday, dictionary.com introduced its newest version of dictionary.com, featuring 566 new words and phrases, 348 new definitions, and 2,256 revised definitions. Inside this package was floating text of the term jawn, an informal Philly area term for something or someone for which the speaker does not know or does not need to know a specific name. There's a jawn on the floor, a jawn on the door, some more jawns over there, a jawn you could ride, a safety jawn, you get the idea. Here's the editorial VP of dictionary.com explaining they don't just arbitrarily say, all right everyone, we're saying jawn from now on. There's actually a whole system in place.
We are picking up new words from social media. We're picking up new words from academic journals. We're picking up new words from TikTok trends. We are picking up new words still from radio and TV because language primarily begins to change in speech. We have systems that we use to try to capture this restless mass of language. And then we have to make decisions about how we're going to prioritize it. And we tend to set priority around those real words that are being used by real people right now.
This year, the dictionary.com guy says there are some commonalities among some of the words they've decided to introduce.
We do have some very clear themes. They include artificial intelligence. They include what we call modern problems.
Yes, modern problems, like decision fatigue, the mental and emotional exhaustion resulting from excessive or relentless decision making. Do I watch Frasier? Do I watch Cheers? Do I watch Boss? Do I watch Money Plane? Or do I watch Kelsey Grammer's historic battles for America? Forget it. I'll just watch him fall off that stage again on YouTube. Another new dictionary edition this year is sports washing. No, that's not bleaching your jock straps. It's the practice of rehabilitating the bad reputation of a person, company, or nation with a sports event. It's a word that's come up a lot recently with regards to golf, a sport that requires a lush green, and Saudi Arabia, a 95% desert nation that makes for an ideal sand trap. Saudi Arabia has invested more than $6 billion into efforts like the LIV Golf Tour and now plans to combine LIV Golf with the PGA Tour. But critics say this is to distract from a brutal human rights record. On political rights and civil liberties, the Freedom House nonprofit gave the kingdom a septuple bogey in hopes that you'll forget that the CIA concluded with medium to high confidence that Prince Mohammed bin Salman ordered the murder of a Washington Post journalist critical of Saudi Arabia's de facto ruler back in 2018. So yeah, sweeping that under the back nine would be considered sports washing by some. There's another hot button phrase that Maud Apatow, Lily Rose Depp, Miley Cyrus, Jaden Smith, and Jack Quaid don't love to swaddle. Nepo baby. Half nepotism, all baby, it means a celebrity with a famous parent whose industry connections are perceived as essential to their success.
It was the right time for Nepo baby for those reasons that we cited above. This term really did kind of have a viral moment. It was a term that spread on social media. It had virality. We're not all tweeting or hashtagging or TikToking about it every day, but it was a new term that settled into our vocabulary thanks to social media pretty quickly. And it names, regardless of your feelings around the concept of Nepo baby, it's useful. It names this feeling of a kind of generational privilege, a kind of interrogation or investigation of what success means, how people get it, and this is something that's part of a broader cultural trend.
In a recent interview with Variety, Ethan Hawke said he's not embarrassed to be a Nepo dad of his Juilliard-trained daughter Maya, and that famous parents can help you get an audition, but they're not going to get you in. And while that may be true, with Juilliard tuition hovering around 50 grand a year, his estimated $55 million net worth could certainly help pick up a couple of textbooks. But it's not all nepotism and dead bodies. I mean golf. The dictionary left room to let its hair down a little bit.
And in this release, we're excited to give some space to, I think, a positive bright spot that we could all use in these trying and fast-changing times, which is words that are fun, words that are interesting, words that will surprise you. This, to me, speaks to the vibrancy, the creativity of how we're changing language.
One of those new fun entries is Jóla bókaflóð, noun, an Icelandic tradition in which books are given as Christmas presents and opened on December 24th, after which the evening is spent reading books. So buzz off, Santa, I've got a few more pages to finish. Jóla bókaflóð is a term that the dictionary.com guy calls a loan word, aka we're borrowing it from our friends in Reykjavik.
That means taking words from one language and giving them a home in our own. All of those French and Latin and Greek words that really occupy a lot of our vocabulary, those are examples of loan words. English is very good at doing that. It's very productive. And Jóla bókaflóð shows that force, borrowing words from other languages and cultures, is still very, very active today.
He also notes that not everyone is always satisfied with changes to the dictionary, especially when it comes to tweaks that may have to do with identity or politically sensitive topics.
The job of a dictionary is to be what is called descriptive. That is a linguistics term to document and describe language as it's being really used. So how do we address that? I think a lot of times the responses that are in that vein are coming from a place, an understandable place, of confusion and the fact that change is hard.
One non-controversial word that's been in the dictionary for a long time is subscribe. Dictionary.com says it means to obtain or have a subscription to a publication, concert series, service, etc. We're the etc. So please subscribe to @TheNewsRefresh on YouTube. Thank you.